Hey, welcome back to my channel. My name is Megan and I help freelancers grow and earn money. Freelancing is the future and nobody is going to tell me otherwise. We were already kind of heading in that direction, but the pandemic just accelerated it. At the end of 2021, Forbes said that the freelance workforce, well, that's a mouthful. The freelance workforce is growing with no signs of slowing down. And they've got the numbers to back it up, so I will leave that link below if you want to go read the full article. Maybe you're one of the millions of people who wants to earn money freelancing. And here's the good news. There are endless opportunities and there is endless earning potential. Here's the not so great news. Many freelancers are going to fail in one way or another. So in this video, we're going to talk about the most common mistakes freelancers make and how you can avoid them. Mistake number one, they treat freelancing like a hobby. This is totally understandable. If you think about it, a lot of people turn to freelancing out of a passion that they have. So as an example, I started freelance writing because writing is one of my favorite things in the world. And one day, someone introduced me to the idea of making money to write, and it just blew my mind. So suddenly I was getting paid to do something that I loved. However, if you want to turn your passion into a paycheck, a stable paycheck, you have to treat it like a business, because it is. I quickly learned as an example that people weren't going to pay me just to write something that sounds pretty, okay? They were paying me for results. So that meant that I also had to learn about things like analytics and SEO, and even to a degree, I would say graphic design and social media. You're not just getting paid to write or do graphic design or build a website or whatever. You're getting paid to deliver results and make your clients happy. So you have to figure out what that looks like for you as a freelancer. If you're not entirely sure what it looks like making money as the kind of freelancer that you are, then all you need to do is go on job boards like Career Builder or Monster, and you want to start looking for open positions in your line of work. This is just research. So if you want to be a freelance writer, look up writing jobs. If you want to be a freelance social media manager, look up social media jobs. And you want to start reading through those descriptions and requirements and see what brands expect of that type of professional. Mistake number two, freelancers don't realize that they're business owners. This kind of goes along with what we just described, but I want to keep going with it. Keeping in mind that a lot of people start freelancing out of a passion, out of something that they enjoy, they don't realize that when they become a freelancer, they technically become a business owner. I'm going to say this again. Freelancers are business owners. You don't need a huge team or an office or fancy equipment to have a business. If you're a freelancer, you have a business. Yes, you have to know how to write or design graphics or build websites or whatever, but you also have to know how to manage your expenses and your costs. You have to know how to file and pay your taxes. You have to know how to market yourself, and this is a big one. You have to know how to go out and land clients. I have a whole program dedicated specifically to teaching freelancers how to land clients, and I made this program for a reason. It is by far the biggest question mark that freelancers have. They don't know how to land clients. This is sales, and it doesn't matter how much you hate it, you're going to have to do it if you want to make money as a freelancer, okay? That's how you land clients. Landing clients is so huge that I'm going to give it its own designated shout out. Mistake number three, a lot of freelancers have no reliable system for landing high quality clients. The go-to method for finding work for freelancers is commonly job boards, bidding sites, marketplaces like Fiverr. I've talked many times about why I don't think this is the right approach, so if you're curious to learn a little bit more about that, I'm going to drop the links to those videos below. The problem here is a never-ending cycle. So freelancers flock to these websites, and as a result, they're completely saturated. So the only way you stand a chance to get any work is to charge very, very little. So clients use these websites because they know that they can hire freelancers for very cheap. That becomes the expectation. So freelancers continue charging very little, and round and round and round we go. Very few freelancers make it on these websites. Yes, you are going to find the odd unicorn here or there that makes a ton of money on, Fiverr, Upwork, whatever, but the vast majority of us are not going to make good money there, or any money for that matter. So a lot of freelancers go through this and they make the connection, the false connection, that freelancing in general is too saturated, so they quit. Those job boards and bidding sites and marketplaces are not representative of what freelancing is like as a whole. Thankfully, we have other options. My students and I have 6 different methods for sourcing leads, all of which we do for free, and then we first contact those leads on LinkedIn, which is also free. This eliminates much of our competition and also means as a result that we can charge a lot more. And the cherry on top is that we can pick who we want to work with instead of picking from the options made available to us, which is exactly what happens when you rely on job boards and bidding sites. Mistake number 4, many, if not most freelancers undercharge. I get it. I did it. I did it myself. I undercharged for a very long time. I'm very embarrassed, and I'm not even going to tell you how long it took me to finally raise my rates. It is that bad. From all of the feedback that I've gotten, I've seen that this happens for 2 main reasons. The first reason is imposter syndrome, which I have a video on, and I will leave that link below. Imposter syndrome is the feeling of, I'm not good enough, I don't have enough experience, why would they hire me? Why would they ever pay me that much? Freelancers don't believe that they're deserving and capable, so they drop their rates to reflect that. The second reason is their competition. Freelancers are very aware that their competitors on Upwork and Fiverr and wherever else are charging $5 for a whole assignment. So they go, well, why would I charge $200? Why would anyone pay me $200 when they can go and get it cheaper, much cheaper? They can always get it for cheaper, okay? You can always find something for cheaper. Your competition is not your problem. What your competition is charging is not your problem. Charge what you feel makes sense for your services. Mistake number 5, some freelancers only trade their time for money. This is the most common way to make money as a freelancer. It's very normal. So you provide a service and then the client pays you for having provided that service. Here's the downside. You're trading your time for money. This means that once you run out of hours in the day, you cannot make more money because you don't have any time left. It also means that if you get sick and you're unable to work, or if you want to take some time off, you can, but you're going to lose money. That is the downside to trading your time for money. Something that you can do to kind of offset this and have a better balance is find ways to earn passive income as a freelancer, which I have a whole video on, so that link is below. For all of these reasons, freelancers are notoriously overworked and underpaid. There were times in the past, I cannot make this up, there were times, multiple times, when someone would ask me, what do you do for a living? And I told them, I'm a freelance writer. And they'd go, well, yeah, but what do you do for work? What do you do for money? And I'm like, did you not just hear me? I said I'm a writer. People think that freelancers are broke. And unfortunately, a lot of them are. But it doesn't have to be that way. Freelancing is not a dead end. The way you approach freelancing is the dead end. And it's just, it's like I said earlier, it's this never-ending cycle, okay? We work ourselves to death for the sake of trying to make more money because we're making so little per client, and then we end up being miserable anyway. Something I talk about in this video, link is below. If you're watching this and you feel like I'm talking to you and you are feeling frustrated and overwhelmed and confused, here's the good news. The problems that you're experiencing are fixable. So here's what I want you to do right now. I want you to drop me a comment with one problem that you're currently experiencing in your freelancing business, and I'm going to try to help you. I most likely already have a video on it, so if I have a video, I will drop that link, but if I don't, you and I can just talk it out in the comments. And if you're ready to learn a sustainable, practical, healthy way to land clients, then I'm also dropping the link below to my program, Revenue Spark, the Client Accelerator. I'll teach you how to land high-paying clients by having real conversations and forming relationships with the people who matter. No paid ads, no complicated funnels, no mass emailing. If you made it this far, thank you very much for sticking around, and I'd be very grateful if you could give this video a thumbs up, and if you haven't yet, subscribe to my channel. If you have any additional questions, drop them in a comment, and I'll see you next time.